Good morning. So I am about to run by and see Tammy real quick and the puppy. She's got a little German Shepherd puppy. Her female just had a litter not too long ago and she's still got one puppy left. I keep telling her, I'm like, you gotta do something with this because it's gonna end up at my house. I don't need this puppy, so it's gotta go because it's way too cute. But yeah, I just want to check in, say good morning while I'm driving. I just stopped at, there's like this little gas station, it's called Papa Rick's, and there's like this guy there that works there, he's Papa Rick, and he's an older guy, but poor Papa Rick was sick today, so I was talking to him, he caught a stomach bug. He had his little mask on, like a little face mask. I was like, poor Papa Rick. He's like, I haven't been sick in 2 years. So you guys send Papa Rick some love. Keep him in your thoughts. He needs to get better. Poor Papa Rick. He has a disabled son that he takes care of. So it's, you know, he's got his hands full. So poor Papa Rick. He doesn't need to be sick. But yeah, so I'm about to go by, see Tammy, hang out for a bit. And then I think I might just go by Starbucks. I'm really kind of debating doing another video where I get the baristas to make my drink, but it's just gonna depend who's at the window. But I could go ahead and start filming at the window or whatever and see like whoever picks up. And then I can pay, I should still be able to pay on my watch so that I can film them going through the drive-thru. That would be fun. I haven't gone since the other day when I got them to like make up a drink for me. But yeah, I did learn I needed to get a smaller drink. Alright, I'm about to pull up at the house. I'm probably going to have to jump off pretty quick once I get there because they've got the German Shepherds and they're always out running around being crazy. So I'm going to need my full attention on what I'm doing. Alright, oh good, she's got them up. Okay. Normally they're just like running up to the cars, so I have to like be paying attention. They're big babies. The one is like 90 pounds and he just turned a year old. Like he was born on Black Friday of 2018, so this like past November he would have turned a year old, and he's literally already 90 pounds. Like if he didn't, like she's done DNA tests on him, and there's still a possibility honestly because the DNA tests aren't super accurate, that he may have Dane in him, but he's like the size of a Dane. Like he's the biggest German Shepherd I've ever seen. And then they have like the female German Shepherd that is, she's like just average German Shepherd size. Like I'd say she's like maybe 80 pounds or so. Like, but basically she's the mom and she's had 2 litters. This is gonna be her last litter and they're fixing her. Well, she's had her last litter and they're fixing her now. But anyway, so they've got her and they've got one of the puppies from the last litter. She like accidentally like got pregnant. They don't know what the dad was, but this past litter they bred her to a like really pretty German Shepherd. So like it's been really tempting, but I know like they're wild. They are wild babies. They're fun, but they're probably more energy than what I have right now. They're like Max on steroids. Like Max was a wild dog, but these particular ones are just so like crazy. They're fun, but they're a lot of energy, and I know I don't have the time for it, but it's very tempting because they're beautiful. Run! Okay, so can I tell you my new guilty pleasure YouTube that I like to watch is Brad Mondo. I think I talked about him a little bit yesterday, but he is a hairstylist and he takes videos of people doing their own hair on YouTube and watches them. It's great. It's really great. And if you've been to cosmetology school and you like understand like what's going on, it's like even better because you're like, you know, before, like just by what they're saying they're going to do, you're like, my favorite though is like when somebody like, okay, so to do demi permanent color, for example, you would use color and developer, and they'll have like their color developer, they'll be good to go, they're mixing, and all of a sudden they like squeeze some semi permanent in there that isn't meant to be mixed with that stuff at all, and like you're like, what? Where that semi? They're mixing up some like just like regular like, you know, Sally's brand color, and then all of a sudden they're like, here's some splat. Like you're like, whoa, what? You don't need the splat. Just leave it out, girl. You just be an extra. You don't even need it. Like, that's my favorite. Or like this one girl that I watched, she spent 5 days taking her dreads out. And like while she's going through this 5-day process, she's like saying how she's going to take all her dreads out, bleach her hair, and then put all her dreads back in after she spent 5 days getting them out. I was like, you are not going to put those bitches back in. You think you're going to put them back in. And guess what? She didn't. I was like, there's no way after she spent 5 days ripping those things out of her head that she's going to end up putting them back in. Like, she'd have to be crazy. And I'd have to imagine that's going to be really damaging on the hair. So anyway, but yeah, that's my new guilty pleasure show. It's so funny. And you're like, half the time you're like, what are you doing? But it's fun. It's really fun. And honestly, Brad Mondo, he's like really nice too. Like there's some stuff that he could really like roast the people for, but he doesn't. Like he'll just be like, but like he's like really nice about it, and I like that. Like I like that he's not like overly mean, but he's still like commenting. And he also like, if the people that he was like quote unquote like making fun of, which he really doesn't make fun of them. Like he's like, you know, he may laugh like, you know, about like what they're doing or whatever, but he's not like, he never like is like, you're stupid or anything like that. He's never like that. And he actually gives advice. Like if they are doing something wrong, he'll be like, you should do it like this. And so if they actually went and watched his video, they could actually like learn how to do it the right way. So I think it's really cool. So if you haven't checked him out and that sounds like your thing, then go check him out, because it's actually really funny and like super addicting. Alright, I have not been vlogging too much today. I just keep forgetting. Jeff came over to hang out for a little bit, which I'm so grateful for, because I have been so bored. Derek's been gone, and normally I just like hang out with him when I'm not like doing other shit, but yeah, so I've been bored as fuck. And Jeff is normally over hanging out with me and Derek anyway, so it's like one of those things. We've just been watching WWE, because Jeff's like a longtime fan, and I follow it more now that I know like Lacey and Tammy, who I went to see earlier, is Lacey Evans' mom, and I really like Tammy, and I really like Lacey. It was really cool to go to SmackDown Live. That was like right, see, that's like why I decided to start vlogging, because that would have been so cool to like vlog that, you know what I mean? But yeah, I do still have some videos. It was really cool. I really enjoyed going to SmackDown. We're actually gonna go again, I think in May, assuming everything like stays the same, like, because that's the thing about the WWE, like it's like very like always changing. Like they do the what's it called, the draft. They do the draft where they like will switch up shows. So like we were gonna go to Monday Night Raw originally. We weren't gonna go to SmackDown, we were gonna go to Raw, and they ended up moving her to SmackDown, right, like literally like a week or two before we went. It was like really close too. So anyway, it's always changing. So assuming everything stays the same, then we will be going to SmackDown again in May, hopefully, because that'd be really fun. Her daughter is like now part of the storyline too, so it's like, it's really cool. They're giving her like a really good push. She's like really like, just not even like to be biased, because like obviously I really like her and her mom, but like she's like former military. Like they talk about like her achievements all the time, and they're like real. So like if you hear that shit that they're talking about, it's like, it's crazy. Like she's a veteran, former drill sergeant, like all this stuff. Like it's really cool. My controller batteries are low. That's what it's saying. Anyway, I like Lacey. I think she's cool, and I think the WWE likes her too. It's like so crazy, like just like all of it, like that she's like in the WWE, and like to hear Tammy like talk about like Vince McMahon and stuff, and it's like, like, what a world. And she, like, met, like, the Big Show, and she went to WrestleMania. This past WrestleMania, Tammy did. That's really cool. It was, like, one of Lacey's first big features on, like, when she came to Raw. Like, well, I don't even think they'd assigned her a show yet. Like, she just moved up from NXT, and she, like, went to WrestleMania, and, like, that was, like, the first time that you really, like, saw her, I think. Other than, I think she was in the Royal Rumble. Like, she was the first one in the Royal Rumble, and then you didn't really see a lot out of her. I'm trying to remember what really happened. Either way, I know Tammy went to WrestleMania, and that was crazy. I would love to go to WrestleMania one day, like, seriously, goals, like, that would be so crazy. Maybe one day. I don't know how that works. Like, I know, like that would just be crazy. Like, I know, like, WrestleMania is probably a hard one to go to. I don't know how that works, like, with, like, pay-per-views and stuff, but I would love to go. That would be so cool. It was just, like, unreal, like, going and watching it, like, live. It was just so cool. And, like, being that close, because we were, like, literally, like, one row back from, like, the very front, like, where the, like, little barrier wall is. It was just, like, I'd never sat that close before. Like, when I was a kid, I went and I had, like, somewhere I was, like, up, like, really far back. And then, like, there was one that we were, like, pretty close. Like, not, like, as close as we were, you know, this last time when we went. But in the past, like, when I was younger, there was one time my mom got, like, the better seats and we were, like, really close. So, yeah. It's fun though. It's fun. If you haven't ever been to, like, a wrestling event, it's, like, honestly more fun in person because, like, the wrestlers are, like, really interactive. But yeah. Anyway, I think it's really cool that Tammy's daughter is a wrestler. Like, that's just so cool. It's so random. I, like, never thought I would know WWE superstar, like, growing up, like, playing the little video games and watching WWE. I, like, never really thought that I would, like, know somebody on the WWE. Me and Jeff were talking. I was like, if dog grooming and the mobile grooming fails, I'm gonna go to the WWE. He was like, he's confident that I could do it. If Jeff thinks I could do it, I could probably do it, because Jeff is, like, the wrestling fan of the world. So I'll just have to learn all the moves, and I'll just go to the WWE. So if I don't make it on YouTube and grooming, that's plan B is WWE, just so everybody's clear. You guys, I just found Jeffree Star's groomer. I have been dying to know, like, and I'm sure, like, I'm not gonna, like, say who it is or, like, ask her any, like, questions, because she's probably, like, not able to, like, talk about anything, but, like, I've always been so curious. I'm like, who grooms Jeffree Star's dogs? I finally found her, and I went and followed her on Instagram, and I would give her a shout out, but, like I said, I don't want to, like, be like, oh, this also grooms Jeffree's dog, and then, like, you know, like, maybe they don't want that information out there. Like, I don't know, they've posted Jeffree's dogs, like, on their Instagram, so it's like, I don't know, but, like, they don't, like, tag them, like, Jeffree Star doesn't follow them, or, like, anything, so it's like, I don't know. But I, like, know for sure it's definitely, like, Jeffree, like, used this picture of, like, his dog, and, like, it was one that groomer had taken. I was like, I finally found their groomer. I'm so excited. They're really good, too. God, she does some amazing work, so excited. Those would be follow for me. So if I ever can find out, like, if it's cool to, like, shout her out, then, you know, I feel like she deserves credit. Like, she grooms Jeffree's dogs, and he had, like, 5 of them at one point, you know? But Shane, like, okay, without, like, fully giving it away, I'll let you guys do the investigative work if you really want to know who grooms them. In Shane's new video on his makeup channel, the Shane Glosson channel, there's a video called The End of the Beauty World, and it is bloopers from the, what's it called? The Jeffree Star Shane series. And if you watch that near the beginning, they for a second, they show the grooming van. They're not talking about it or anything. It's like they're talking about something else. And Shane's, like, walking up to the house, and, like, you see the van there. And I was like, holy shit. So I, like, took a picture of it, and then me and Steph found the groomer. And I'm so fucking stoked, because this has been, like, I've been saying, I feel like if you've been watching my videos for a while, I know I've said it at least once, that I wanted to know. Like, I'm curious, like, I'm like, what would I wonder what Jeffree Star pays for grooming. In, like, Calabasas, it's, like, an expensive area. Like, I just, like, wonder, especially when he had, like, 5 Poms, I always wondered what he would pay for grooming. I feel like when you're a groomer, that's, like, what you always wonder about things. Like, what do they pay? Because his dogs are always well-groomed. Like, I wonder, first of all, how often that the dogs get groomed and, like, what she charges or whatever. But, like, again, that's probably, like, information that they probably, like, maybe, like, they would disclose, like, how often. But, yeah, that's, like, not something I would, like, actually ask. But, like, I'm so curious to know, like, what some of the celebrities would pay for, like, grooming, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that was an exciting moment that I finally found Jeffree Star's groomer. Yay! Okay, so I'm so excited. I found this journal. I've been looking everywhere for it. So this is, like, my journal last year. It's kind of like inspirational stuff. Okay, so I kind of wanted to flip through it with you guys. So on the first page, it looks like I've just, like, written some, like, inspirational quotes. So, okay, yeah, it's talking about, like, attracts light. Okay, this is manifesting. Okay. Alright. Yeah, this is just, like, a lot of inspirational stuff. And I remember a lot of this came from, like, reading the book The Secret. But I wanted to look through here and find what I was trying to attract last year. Because I've talked about it, like, what I wanted last year and, like, you know, where I was at, like, and how I wanted my house and stuff. But I want to see what else was on my list. And I can't really remember. So, I think that this will be really interesting. Let's see. Alright, here's, like, blessings and stuff. Okay, so this is, like, what I wanted for my house. So let's go over that and let's see. I'm gonna, like, check it off. Okay, so my house, I wanted it to be roomy, which it definitely is. Like, each room is, like, really big and open, and there's just, like, a lot of space and long hallways. Whoops. That the dogs like to run down, so that's good. Open is kind of the same as roomy. No carpet, which is so interesting because none of the house is carpet except for one room, so pretty much no carpet. Okay, I wanted a bathroom in the master bedroom, which I didn't get. A video game setup, which there's a whole room for. A nice sized kitchen. 2 to 3 bedrooms. Yep. Oh, I did want 2 bathrooms, and I was, like, pretty set on that, but that's okay. Well, we'll just mark that. Okay, so a door to the backyard for the dogs. Yeah, like, I wanted it to just, like, be easy to, like, let them out, you know, so I definitely got that, and the porch and stuff. Oh my god, it's so funny I put this on there, but I said, like, a record player setup, and Derek actually has the record player in there. I have all of my mom and my grandpa and my uncle's, like, original vinyls from, like, back in the day, and we have a whole record player set up, and we can actually play it inside, and we can play it out here on the porch, and we can actually play it out to the backyard if we want to. So we actually do have a record player set up, so that's really funny. Okay, so I really wanted, like, a cabiny feel, but I got more of, like, I kind of have more like a cottage, like, I, like, have these, like, granite walls, like, I don't know, like, I'm sure it's been in the background in some of my videos, but yeah, I had these, like, granite walls, so they're, like, really unique, and that's kind of what I more meant, like, it was just, like, I wanted something different. I didn't want, like, siding. Siding's, like, really big here, and siding's kind of, like, what they're using for the roof there, but that's the only place in my house that I have, like, siding, so anyway, that's what I'm talking about, in case you're in a different country or whatever, you don't know. Okay, so I wanted a big yard. My yard is, like, I don't have, like, a huge amount of property. I'm trying to remember exactly how much I have. I think I do have close to, I think I have like almost half an acre. Not quite though. I don't think I quite have a half an acre. My house is 1,600 square feet, and then I can't remember exactly how much property I have, but I have a big enough backyard that my dogs can run around and play, which is like mainly what I meant. Okay, I wanted nice grass for like the dogs to run around in. I definitely got that. I wanted lots of parking, so that's a minus, because there's like no parking. I wanted my shop, which isn't going to happen, sadly. And I wanted a porch area for me to hang out with my dogs, which is just insane to me. Because this porch area is like, honestly, like when I looked at the house, this was like one of my favorite things. I was like, I love this porch. I knew it was going to be perfect when I saw it. So I'm very, very much in love with this porch. So definitely got that. And then I was like so set. I wanted a hammock, but then I ended up liking my porch so much. I never really sit outside too much anyway. And that's what I was like wanting the hammock for, was so I could sit with the dogs and hang out, you know, while they were outside. But during the summer, I actually just sit in here on the porch, and I open up this back door, and I open all the windows in here to like let a breeze in, and I just sit in here, and it's just like a lot nicer than it is to like sit outside with the dogs. So I didn't get the hammock, but I think I got something way better. So so that was, out of everything I asked for. I didn't get a second bathroom. I didn't get a hammock. I didn't get tons of parking or my shop, but I'm gonna try to get a mobile grooming van instead, so it's not like I was like out of anything. Okay, let's see. Let's keep flipping through, see if anything else is good in here. All right. Lots of gratitude lists. There'll definitely be a lot of gratitude lists in here for sure. Because I remember that's like a lot of what I was doing. I was doing them every day for a while. It's just a lot to like write everything out. Let's see. There's lots of inspirational quotes, gratitude lists. I was really hoping, let's see, I was hoping to find more things like that, like my list of things that I really wanted. I thought there'd be more in here. Now I'm trying to think. I know there's more somewhere, so I'm gonna have to find that. Keep flipping here, just in case they pop up. Okay, here's some desires. All right. Still, I was so stuck on the cabin. That's a lot of what was like in here repeating. So it's kind of sad. I did really want a cabin, but I'm also like really thankful for like the granite. It's probably like better that I didn't get like any like cabin kind of feel, you know? But okay. Let's see. So I wanted big backyard, next to the hammock. Let's see. My house. Lots of energy, which I still haven't gotten. That's one I still need to work on. I wanted my YouTube to get bigger, which it has gotten probably a lot bigger since when I wrote this. Okay, so this is interesting. This one that I put, I was like, I wanted the opportunity to present to other groomers, and I actually have like this thing coming up that is going to be kind of like an interview kind of thing that I'll be able to talk to other groomers, so that's kind of interesting. Oh yeah, see, this is when I still wanted like brand deals and coupon codes, like, and that's not really where I want to be right now. I'm actually kind of stepping back from a lot of that stuff, but that was just me being naive and not knowing.
see. Yeah, some of this I'll have to come back a little bit further down the road because there are like some big goals here. I think, oh my god, there's so much. I didn't realize how long I was like using this.
Okay, I think originally, I'm trying to remember the last time I was on video. I haven't gotten back a chance to go back and rewatch anything. There has been like some life things happening. You see, like some personal life things that like the YouTube doesn't need to know about, but you know, we all have life things sometimes that go on. And basically, first, like, I got one phone call and then I got another phone call, and I have been on the phone for hours, and I don't remember what I was talking about. But oh, I do know what I was talking about. Oh, god, it has been hours. Oh my god, I was talking about the gratitude journal thing. Nothing, you missed nothing. I was just like flipping through it to see if there was any more lists. Okay, there was one more thing I did think of. Like, one thing I wrote in there that I wanted was like 10 new subscribers a week on YouTube, and I have pretty much been keeping to that. Like, my YouTube right now says I have 40 new subscribers a month, and that's like on par with like what I normally have. So that would be like, assuming there's 4 weeks in a month, right? 10 subscribers a week, right? So it was like right on the money, and that was just kind of like a random one I wrote down, so I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, that was really all you missed with the gratitude thing. And honestly, I think I read that while I was recording and thought about that later, so you didn't really miss anything like there. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to add before I end this, because it is late. I stayed on my phone later, but I've been keeping my phone by me. Like, okay, when Derek gets back, I'm just gonna put it back in the other room, but right now I do want to have my phone, like, in case Derek texts me. You know, he's on tour, so I do want to like be like have my phone around for that. But I am like better about like not, like, basically I'm not gonna text anybody back besides Derek right now, if that makes sense. Like, you know, most things, like, and I do like glance and read and like make sure nothing major is happening, but most of it is just like, what did you use in this video or whatever. And I'm not complaining at all. I love those questions. I'm like so appreciative that people are like watching, but that's a question that can wait till tomorrow. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anything else interesting that's going on? Not really. Nothing groundbreaking or revolutionary today, but tomorrow I go to the bank to find out if it's going to be possible to get the money that I need to be able to get the van. I'm so scared. Like, but I was like just telling Jilly, and I think she said something about like what are you scared about or something. I started somehow thinking about like what I was truly scared about. I was scared, like, I was like, well, what if they just say, like, no? Because if they say no, I know we'll probably find another way around, but it's like, I don't know, you know? That's going to be, like, disheartening. And it's going to be like, oh, yeah, they find another way around. I feel like, honestly, a lot of doors have been closed in my face, like, along this journey of getting my van. Or, like, opening my business, really. Like, it's been, like, you know, I just, like, wanted to... First, I wanted to just open a business. Like, I came into this wanting to open a business. And maybe I need to make a separate video on this, but I'll do a quick rundown. Wanted to open a business. And then I said, I originally wanted to do mobile. My financial guy was like, no, mobile vans are too expensive. What if you, like, groom out of your house? And at the time, I was living with my... boyfriend's dad, and I was like, well, I can't just like run a grooming shop out of my boyfriend's parents' house. Like, they're nice, but they don't want a full like scale grooming shop, which is going to take a toll on their water bill and like all of that in their house. You know what I mean? So I was like, it's not possible for a mat, but I was like, yeah, you can do it though. I was like, you just have to be zoned in the right spot. And he was like, so what if you bought a house so you could open a grooming shop in like your house and basically just pay a mortgage of like, you know, whatever per month instead of like the expensive retail option, which any retail shop is going to be at least $1,000 a month just like for rent before like any of the utility bills. So that's like a more high cost option. And the van is a high cost option. And, you know, so the house was supposed to be like my cheaper way of opening my shop. Well, I got in here, started trying to get the ball rolling. I got the business plan going. I was just getting the last of my numbers together. And I needed to get a quote because I needed to do a separate like water line to run to the building. Because I can't, physically speaking, I could connect my water to the building, but since it was a business expense, it needed its own line, essentially. And when I went to ask them what it would cost me to get the line, to get the number, so that I could put it in my business plan to get the loan or whatever, then they were like, well, you're not zoned in an area that you can open a business. So I was like, well, that's really great because I told my real estate agent that I needed to fucking open a business, and that was the whole, like, literally what, like, I had obviously requirements for my house, like, we had, like, a budget and stuff, and, like, I had certain things I was looking for, and, you know, whatever, but, like, one of the main things I was looking for was to open my business, like, everything was centered around, like, opening my business. Part of the reason I picked this house in particular is because there's a building out, like, on my property. It's a 3-car garage. It's a perfect size for like a grooming building. And basically I'm not zoned in an area so that I can do that. So we're back literally to square one where I said like I wanted a mobile grooming van. So we're back to mobile grooming van because it's either that or house call. I don't love house call. I don't want to do it forever. I want a van. I'd be able to groom a lot more dogs in a lot less time and charge more because I'm not like I'm, you know, driving this big van that does require more maintenance, you know. So like right now I charge less because, you know, I am like using people's like water and their electricity and stuff like that, and like obviously people are like they want to like kind of bargain more on it, but like when you're in a self-sufficient van it's a little bit different, you know what I mean? So it's just like house call for me doesn't work. It works really well for some people, but for me, I don't love house call. I don't want to do it forever. But that's what I'm doing right now because I knew the shop I was at, I was miserable. I was not getting anywhere fast. I had no time to work on anything or make any steps to go forward. And it was like one of those things, like if I didn't push myself out of my comfort zone and leave that place, I was just going to stay there forever and like never get my business started. And it was just like not worth it. And I was just like, all right, I gotta go. So that's kind of what pushed me into getting my business. But there's been a lot of things that like haven't gone the way that I wanted it to, but I'm hoping that this does. And it's kind of interesting that it did take a full circle. Like I really wanted to do the mobile van, and it was like really like I was just like told no, and I'm like taking the advice of other people, but I also know like how good mobile can be, and like I've just like really kind of wanted to go that route. And I had a lot of doubts about opening it at my house. I was like thinking about, you know, all the people that like people tried to come up. I've seen people that work out of their house complain about people coming up like on days that they're closed and like expecting that they're still gonna get groomed. Like they're like, well, you're here, you know, why can't you just do it? And it's like, well, maybe I want a day off kind of thing, you know. There's like stuff like that. I'm like really close to my neighbors, so I was really scared of like my clients like going in my neighbor's yard to let their dogs go to the bathroom or just like bothering the neighbors in general. They have a dog over there, like I wouldn't want anything to happen like with their dog or anything, and like a client's dog. I don't want them coming up to like my house door, and like you kind of like to get where the shop is, you have to go past the house, and like I could tell, like I knew at least like a couple people were gonna end up at my front door instead of at my shop, you know. So it was like there was a lot of things that I was like not 100% on with like opening my shop like in the garage there. So the mobile grooming is awesome. There's no mobile groomers in my county. I'm familiar with it. I've done it before. And that's like what my heart has been saying for so long. So basically keep your fingers crossed for me, because hopefully tomorrow I may find out that I'm going to be able to get my van. God, yeah, if they say that, like, if I can get this loan, if we start on the loan, that means, like, I'm going to have to, like, call, like, Hanvey or Wagon Tails and, like, start getting set up to, like, get the van made, like, right now. That would be so crazy, like, and that's, like, honestly the mindset I need to start getting into. It's like, okay, well, then what? Well, then I need to start telling my clients, because their prices are going to have to go up, because it's more expensive for me to maintain a mobile van than it is to maintain a CRV, a small SUV, if you don't know what a CRV is. So my car gets good gas mileage, it's cheap maintenance, you know, so on and so forth. But when I get the van, I might be getting a diesel, so my gas is going to be very expensive, you know, I'm going to be completely self-sufficient, so a lot of things will change, like, price-wise. And yeah, I gotta start preparing. Yeah, that's crazy. I gotta start thinking about it, because yeah, if they say yeah tomorrow, that means, like, that's what I gotta do, is, like, start getting all this going. I gotta figure out, like, my insurance situation, like, how I'm gonna insure the van, like, who, I guess more, not how, but who I'm insuring the van for, because, like, basically, like, what was recommended to me, like, with my car, it's, like, one of those things, like, if you don't have to, like, say that it's, like, a commercial, like, you're using it for a business, like, and I do, like, a low number of dogs, then, like, it's, like, cheaper to not pay for that insurance, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if you do it a lot, and, like, it's, like, really obvious that, like, you're doing a business, then don't do that. But, like, I'm just grooming enough dogs to, like, pay my bills at this point, so it's, like, you know, right now I'm not, like, the insurance is, like, different. That's why I'm talking about it. Not that you guys even needed to know all that, but I'm just maybe a little too honest sometimes. But yeah, so what else? Just other stuff. Like, okay, like, that's more questions I have. Like, is it going to be, like, buying a normal car that when you pay, like, tax and title fee too? Tax tag and title are the three things. Like, Derek just bought a car, and those were the three things he paid for on top of the vehicle. So I wonder if, like, I'll also, like, get that for buying the van. I would think so. There's a lot of questions. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of things I gotta look into. But obviously the first thing is, like, can I get this money to pay for all of it? And if I can't get the money to pay for it all, then we're gonna have to start somewhere else. So that's why I haven't, like, called and, like, gotten the van ready yet, is because, like, well, I need to make sure I can pay for it first. And if I can get confirmed I can pay for it, then yeah, I want to get the van going. But yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking, if you can't tell by this, like, ramble. Who is it? Jilly earlier told me I don't ramble. I was like, have you been watching my vlogs? Because I definitely ramble. Anyway, I'm tired, so I'm gonna go lay down instead of rambling for another, like, 10 minutes. Alright, I love you guys. I'm sorry these last couple vlogs have been all over the place. I can't guarantee that the next couple won't be, because I'm kind of busy coming up here. And I got some stuff going on, and I really can't wait to tell you guys about it. But yeah, so I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be able to tell you about things very soon. Alright, I love you guys. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!